Hello again, everyone. This is Gilmer, and this is episode 2 of my Let's Play Pride of Nations. We're playing I've been calling it the conflict because I know YouTube gets a little funny about the word, but it is really the Russo-Japanese War. Started in 1904, I believe. We're in late February of 1904. So this will run until January of 1906. So this runs early January because there are 2 turns per month. So this is about, I think, 46 turns or so. I'm not positive, but I have done something offline that I probably should have just went ahead and done online or on video. I've set this up. There's another transport fleet that I had that I obviously overlooked, and I have loaded an army onto them, and we are going to bring them over here and distant unload at Liaoyang instead of Liadong, because hopefully that'll give me a buffer. I don't know that they have any armies, but I imagine they have an army somewhere. I just don't know where. So we've got that going. Did we look at all the information? Some Russian ships hit by Japanese torpedoes during the night of surprise attack of Port Arthur on February 2nd, 1904. So I think that is the historical thing that happened. There was a sneak attack on Russian ships in Port Arthur, and it was kind of the precursor to Pearl Harbor. That since they had done so well with the sneak attack against the Russian fleet in 1904, they kind of felt like they could do that again against the U.S., and it worked. It did work. It just, obviously, in hindsight now, that they didn't get the aircraft carriers in Pearl Harbor was a failure strategically, but the attack itself went off without a hitch for them, and they did plenty of damage to the ships in port at Pearl Harbor. And that's exactly what happened with Port Arthur in 1904. So that is kind of a little bit of the historical background on that. I think that when they were planning Pearl Harbor, they specifically pointed to the sneak attack of Port Arthur and was talking about, can we pull off another Port Arthur against the United States, which they were able to do. So the soldiers have been successfully trained. That's not really that big of a deal. Okay, we did look through all of these messages. Our sphere of influence has increased to -9. I'm not really sure if that does anything in a little war scenario that we're playing. So I'm going to process the turn, see what we can get happen, see what will happen. Okay, so this is a battle of fleets. We won it. Looks like there are a bunch of... Okay, they have 4 battleships, and we have 4 battleships. And they had 2 protected cruisers and 2 more battleships. We had 12 destroyers, torpedo boats, 4 protected cruisers, and we had 6 battleships. So let's see. So we've captured Liadong. We're actually in pretty good shape there, I guess. Let's see. Russia succeeded in retreating before battle in Liaoyang. So we're in Liaoyang. We are besieging the city of that region. They looks like they've got a power of 56 inside Liaoyang city, size 1 city. Dai 1 Kante engaged Russia in region Bohai Sea at day 11. We won a battle and gained 2 national morale. So we did pretty good there. So these are their losses. They lost 4 torpedo boats and 3 destroyers. So that was a pretty good outcome for us. I think I'm going to move that group into here as well, because that looks like a pretty strong, actually a fairly strong fleet from the Russians. So if we go 15 days here, I didn't want to pick that up. And then we're going to bring this back over to, let's bring it to Yokohama, because we have these troops that we can at least use as garrison. We also have this army, so let's bring them over as well. I don't know if Russia has the capability of doing an amphibious invasion on Japan, the islands of Japan. I hope not, because it looks like I'm taking all of my troops out of the off the islands and putting them on the mainland. So let's see. It looks like they have 2 armies out here. I don't know much about them. Fog of War, and then they also have an army here in Port Arthur. 2 armies, or two units, or whatever you would want to call it, 2 formations. Let's put it that way, because they say 5 units and 2 units. So 2 formations, power of 701 and a power of 18, which gives them a total of 734. Because I think that 8, that Datny Vostok Medinsky Corpus 8, gives them some more. And then also the Polk Signata. These names are really very difficult, or these words. I don't know if they're necessarily names, but I think we have enough to take Port Arthur. I keep wanting to say Pearl Harbor. Let's see. Fleet was delayed 2 days in region Edo, and somebody was nice enough to tell me that is Tokyo. I was pretty sure it was. I read the book Shogun a long time ago, and I was pretty sure that Edo was Tokyo, because they called it Edo in the book Shogun. And I don't know when they changed the name, but that is something to just keep in the back of your mind as information that you'll probably never need. Somebody might come up to you one day and say, "Hey, what was the name of Tokyo before it was Tokyo?" And you can say, "I know that. It's Edo." I'm willing to bet the odds are millions to 1 that you will never get asked that question. While taking Liadong, we managed to capture 6 supply carts and 1 crate of ammunition. So the capture of Liadong and Manchuria has done much to bolster the support of the war. You gain control of Liadong and Laudensky Skladi in region Liadong, which it's the depot, and it's got a Russian name, which makes sense. Sir Togo Hayachiro has been congratulated for his actions against the enemy. New seniority 22. I'm sorry. And our spending was £2 this turn. So, let's see. Hayachiro. It should be one of these guys, wouldn't it? Or maybe it was this guy. Somebody under this. It's Hasagawa Yoshimichi, Chujo Kuroko Tematomo, and Gensui Koshako Yamagata Aritomo. I know. You pronounce these Japanese names and you think you're doing great, and then somebody comes along and says you butchered the hell out of those names. So I'm hoping that if I'm butchering the names, I'm not going to say them again. So I'm not too worried about. Oh, I wonder if it was this guy. That's who it is. It was the. That's who got congratulated. It was our admiral of that fleet. Good deal. Okay, so what is this thing out here? What are they? Mine layers. Not that I really care. And I don't even know if you can even lay mines with these things. So I don't know that they're anything but fodder for getting shot by other ships. So we captured this. There's a depot there. I don't know if we can build another depot. Disband unit. Fleet bombardment. Oh, here we go. If anybody can do it, it'll be this guy. Build a depot. Start building a depot. So that'll build that up to a size 2 depot. Because in this game you can build your depots up to several sizes. I'm not sure what the limit is, but 4 or 5 probably. So, let's see. So see, we got the -1 of war wariness. Return to neutral value -1. Changes from battles 2. Changes from objectives under control 3. So we gained 5 and lost 2. And so that's why our morale went from 119 to 122. Prestige points gained so far 47. They have gained 11. So they are not doing so well relative to us in the prestige department. So, let's see. Should we go with another turn? I think we should. So, wow, he's still going. It said it was going to be 15 days, but apparently they slowed down. Our naval patrols have failed to engage the enemy. So Russia succeeded in retreating before battle in Liaoyang. So nothing really happened other than we moved around some and they avoided us. We have finished building a consulate in Seoul. We have finished building a governor's residence in Okinawa. We have finished building a governor's residence in Taipei. We have started building a depot. Russia captured... What? Oh, you bastards. That's no good. Oh, look at this. We got another army here. 7 days. That's great. What is he? So we have 2 generals here. How much is that? So that's 650. And then this is 1383. So when we combine those, if it's feasible based on relative command points. That'll be about 2,000 points of power. They still haven't given it up. So I think what we will do when we get all these together, we're going to come here and protect Seoul. We'll land in this region and then hunt down that formation of Russia. And this guy, for some reason, is taking forever to get to where he's supposed to go. And it doesn't really say. This should say it. Why are you going so slow? Is it this artillery? I bet it is. And they've lost a lot of cohesion trying to get there. What's the weather like? Well, we can do this. Weather. Current weather. Mud. Rain. Where does it say it under here? Don't really say, does it? But, oh, you can see over here in this thing, you can see it's raining. When you hold it over that, that looks like moderate rain, and this looks like heavy rain. And it looks like fairly heavy rain as well, moderate rain. Of course, that might just be because of it being over land or over sea. Military control. So even though they've taken this, we still have military control. Supply. That's not looking too good. Where did that fleet go? Did it? Oh, I bet it's in there. In the naval base. Well, maybe. I don't know. All right, let's do another turn. And hope and pray that we don't. Oh, see. Battle of Port Arthur. Kripasnaya. So we won that battle. Let's see what it goes. One Russian ship was sunk by Japanese mines in the Yellow Sea. We were besieging Liaoyang, but achieved nothing. Thanks to our victory, we took 500 prisoners on the battlefield. We won a battle against Russia in Lushan. I guess that means this. Why are... Oh, they're besieged. That's it. And this is down to 1209. I don't really like that at all. Let's move this over here. And this. Let's see if we can combine these. We can combine them. And then we have... That's 240. Let's see what this says. Weight is 178. So see that bottom value down there? It says weight 178. And this over here says 5 lines up. It says transport capacity 0 of 240. That means it can carry that army. And we can get it there. Let's do this. I don't know. Let's see. Distant unload. I don't want it to be in that city. I don't want it to be inside the city. And there's already a 267 power inside the city anyway. Because Asia games are a little quirky on sieges, and I've seen a 2,000 power army get bottled up in a city by a 500 or 600 power formation. So I don't like that. Why is that outside there? Why do we get a field off a hospital there? I'm not really sure what's going on there. This is 11:38. So we're looking okay. Our cohesion is bad. And I haven't even been looking at I wonder if I can see if he can't get some supply in there, because he needs it. All right, let's see. One more turn, and I think that's going to be the end of the episode. That's a pretty good sized little unit right there. We're here. That's my army that I just brought over from Edo. This I'm a little worried. We are besieging Port Arthur, but achieved nothing. We are sieging Liaoyang, but achieved nothing. Oyama army suffered 2 hits from foul weather and or exhaustion. And not really much of anything happened there. But anyway, folks, I think that is going to be the end of this episode. It's episode 2 of my Let's Play Pride of Nations. As you can see, one thing I'll say, or, I always say one thing, but I'll say plenty of things before it's over. But something that they do with more modern scenarios, or more modern day time periods, is they use actual portraits of the actual generals when they have them. So it's not that those hand drawn pictures you usually see that are pretty good, but these are so much better. They're actual pictures, and I think Civil War II uses pictures instead of drawings. I'm not positive, but I think so. But then, of course, obviously photography didn't come in to play until right in the 1860s or so, is when it really started getting used a lot by pretty much everybody that, could afford it. So that's why you see so many pictures of the Civil War. And I have not received a code from the Grand Tactician people. I don't know if they just haven't seen my email, or they just think I'm too small. Either way, we're going to get that game by the very latest 8/21/2020, and I'll definitely be doing some videos on it. I've already seen some videos. They look really good. The graphics aren't great, but with a good war game, you don't need great graphics. When it's something like this, it's easy to do pretty good graphics. When it's a real-time game like Grand Tactician, and you have troops marching, units marching, it's a lot harder to get graphics the way a lot of people want it, the way people who are used to some of these new games that have great graphics for first person shooters and things like that. They expect these older war games, or just newer war games, to have excellent graphics, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. people who love war games, though, they're more worried about, is it, is the game good? Are the underlying mechanics good, and aren't as worried about graphics. But as you can see, Pride of Nations graphics are pretty good, if you ask me. Um, I wouldn't. I'd say just about all of theirs. I mean, if you go back to Birth of America, to Wars in America, the graphics in it, I think, are a little dated, but these graphics, I mean, and this game is probably 7 or 8 years old at this point. I think it came out around 2012 or so. But I still think the graphics, the map is nice. Um, One of these days we will do some grand campaign type action, and then you'll see probably the full map at that point. And when you do the grand campaign, the whole map is the whole of Earth. I mean, it represents, if you can see down here in the jump map, you would see Africa, you will see the, South America. Did I say Africa? South America there, North America, Africa, Europe, everything. They have a map for everything. They have a map for all of the islands down in here in the South Pacific. They have Australia. Um, I don't think these are actually islands. This obviously is an island that I believe is Borneo, but these are more, I think, areas, and I don't know why they're colored like they're islands, but I know this looks like it's right. Yeah, this is where Saipan is, and those islands are around Saipan. So anyway, if we ever do the grand campaign, you will see the full map in all of its glory. And I'm sure if you like these games, then you will like it. So anyway, see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.